You won't believe what went down in this quiet suburban neighborhood, a place where drama is the last thing you'd expect. But all that changed when a local HOA board member, who neighbors call Karen took things way too far. What started as a petty argument over sidewalk chalk ended in a full-blown confrontation that left the entire community stunned. And the craziest part, it was all caught on camera. A pregnant teenager, just 17 years old, was outside her home with her younger siblings, enjoying a sunny afternoon and drawing on the sidewalk. Sounds harmless, right? Well, not to Karen. She stormed over, shouting about rules and HOA violations, escalating things faster than anyone could imagine. But when the teen calmly tried to explain, Karen didn't back down. Instead, she crossed a line that no one expected. This wasn't just a loud argument. Witnesses say Karen shoved the teen, despite her visible pregnancy. And yes, there's video proof. The footage quickly made its way online, and now, after public outrage, Karen has been arrested and charged with felony battery. But what really happened in those tense moments? What led a grown woman to lose control like that? And how is the community responding to the fallout? You're about to find out. So here's where things start to get really twisted. According to several neighbors, this wasn't the first time Karen had clashed with people in the neighborhood. She's known for patrolling the block like she owns it, reporting people for leaving their trash cans out too long, measuring grass with a ruler, even filing complaints over Halloween decorations. But no one ever thought she'd go this far. The pregnant teen, whose name we're keeping private for her safety, had just moved into the neighborhood with her family a few months earlier. From what people say, she's quiet, respectful, and had never caused any issues. That day, she was just trying to bond with her younger siblings, keeping them entertained while their mom ran errands. They were laughing, drawing flowers and cartoons on the sidewalk. It was innocent. But apparently, Karen didn't like what she saw. She came marching across the street, phone in hand, recording and demanding they stop immediately. At first, the teen thought it was just another weird HOA complaint, so she stayed calm. But Karen's voice kept getting louder, and her body language became more aggressive. One witness said it looked like she was trying to provoke a reaction, and when she didn't get one, that's when things turned physical. But why would someone go to that extreme over chalk? Or was there something else behind it? As the confrontation unfolded, more neighbors started to notice the shouting. A few came out with their phones, not sure what was happening, but sensing it wasn't just another typical HOA drama. The video that later went viral was recorded by a teen across the street, someone who had seen Karen in action before and figured it was worth capturing. What he caught on camera shocked everyone. Karen's voice was sharp, her tone accusing. She kept pointing at the chalk drawings, yelling about community standards and property values. But the chalk wasn't even on her property. And when the pregnant teen calmly reminded her of that, Karen's face changed. She stepped in close, way too close. That's when things crossed the line. There was contact. People watching from their porches gasped. The teen stumbled back, clearly shaken, and that's when one neighbor finally stepped in to separate them. Later, several residents admitted this wasn't just about sidewalk chalk. There had been tension building between Karen and the new family since they moved in. Some say it's personal. Others believe Karen's behavior is rooted in something deeper, maybe a need for control, maybe something more. But now, with felony battery charges on the table and the whole incident caught on camera, the neighborhood is divided. Some defend Karen, others are demanding justice, and the truth, it's messier than anyone thought. After the video surfaced online, things in the neighborhood escalated fast. People who had once kept quiet about Karen's behavior started speaking out. Anonymous posts popped up on local forums, and a few brave residents even went on record, sharing stories about past run-ins, some eerily similar. The video had struck a nerve, not just because it showed a pregnant teen being shoved, but because it confirmed what many had felt for years, that Karen had been getting away with too much for too long. The HOA board tried to stay neutral at first, but the pressure from the community was intense. Emergency meetings were called. A petition circulated demanding Karen's removal from the board, gaining hundreds of signatures overnight. Meanwhile, the teen's family hired a lawyer. They weren't looking for drama, they just wanted accountability. But with the clip making headlines in Reddit threads like *entitled people* and *public freakout*, the story quickly snowballed beyond the neighborhood. Then came the police report. Felony battery charges were officially filed. Karen was taken into custody but released shortly after. Still, the arrest sent shockwaves. Reporters started showing up. Neighbors divided into two camps: those who felt Karen was finally facing consequences, and those who insisted the video didn't show the full story. Rumors swirled, tensions rose, and just when it seemed like things couldn't get more intense, something else happened. Just as the neighborhood was still reeling from the arrest, a second video surfaced, and this one changed everything. It came from a doorbell camera 2 houses down, showing a different angle of the incident. In this clip, you can hear more clearly what was said in the moments leading up to the shove. Karen wasn't just yelling about chalk, she brought up the teen's family, accused them of not belonging in the neighborhood, and even threatened to call child services over something as innocent as kids playing outside. The comments hit hard and fast, revealing a whole new side to her rant. What started as a case of physical aggression now appeared to have deeper, possibly discriminatory undertones. This twist fueled even more outrage online, especially across Reddit threads like *justice-served* and *facepalm*, where users dissected every frame. People weren't just angry anymore, they were horrified. Local news picked up the new footage, and within hours, public attention exploded. The stakes were suddenly much higher. Civil rights advocates began weighing in. A local organization demanded a full investigation into Karen's actions and the HOA's response, hinting that this might not be an isolated incident. Meanwhile, the teen's family was overwhelmed, trying to protect their daughter from the media storm while preparing for what might become a very public legal battle. And then, a strange letter showed up in their mailbox. No name, no return address, just a warning. The letter shook the family to their core. Inside was a single sentence typed in bold: "*drop the charges, or it gets worse." No signature, no context, just a chilling threat. They immediately contacted the police, who opened an investigation, now treating the case as both felony battery and possible intimidation. That moment shifted everything. What started as a neighborhood dispute was now unraveling into something much darker. Authorities dug deeper into Karen's background. What they found shocked even those who thought they knew her. She had been involved in similar incidents in a different neighborhood years ago. Complaints, restraining orders, even a civil suit that had been quietly settled. But none of it had followed her to this new HOA position. Now, with pressure mounting and public attention growing, Karen was removed from the board in an emergency vote, and new charges were being considered. The teen, now fully supported by her community and legal team, agreed to speak publicly. Her calm, thoughtful interview aired locally and spread quickly online, turning her into a symbol of strength against harassment. The support was overwhelming. But just as things began to settle, the final twist came. Police traced the anonymous letter, not to Karen, but to another board member, someone who had quietly backed her all along. Turns out, the real power play hadn't even started yet. The second board member, once seen as quiet and neutral, was exposed for helping cover up Karen's past and trying to silence the teen's family. After a full investigation, both were officially removed from the HOA, and legal action was taken against them. The intimidation letter became a key piece of evidence, confirming the lengths they were willing to go to protect their control. The neighborhood, once divided, came together in support of the teen and her family. A new board was elected, this time with real transparency and community input. The pregnant teen, who had once been afraid to even go outside, became a local voice for fairness and accountability. She returned to her daily routine slowly, with support from neighbors who once stayed silent but now stood with her. The chalk drawings were never seen as violations again. They became a small symbol of change. This story wasn't just about a Karen or a viral video. It was about what happens when people finally speak up, when a community chooses justice over silence. And while not every ending ties up perfectly, this one proved that standing your ground